Hi and welcome to another story, and today we have part 5 of the 13 Story Treehouse by Andy Griffiths and Terry Denton, continuing from chapter 11, The Giant Gorilla. But before we could get back to finishing our book, we had to clean up the mess the monkeys had made. Finally, after about 1,000 million trillion gazillion years, we had everything back to normal and were ready to start work again. I had just finished writing the words, once upon another time, and Terry had just finished pointing out that I had misspelled upon again when the table began shaking. Quit shaking the table, I said. I'm not shaking the table, said Terry. I thought you were shaking the table. I'm not shaking the table, I said, as the treehouse began to sway. Quit swaying the treehouse, said Terry. I'm not swaying the treehouse, I said. I thought you were swaying the treehouse. It's not me, said Terry. I think it's that giant gorilla down there. But why would a giant gorilla be shaking our tree? I said. Beats me, said Terry. It's not like it's a banana tree. Of course, I said. That's it. To the gorilla, it is a banana tree. A giant banana tree. Huh? Said Terry. Isn't it obvious, I said. The giant banana we catapulted must have landed on a distant tropical island, where the giant gorilla lives. And it found the giant banana and ate it. Banana. And loved it so much that it made a boat out of the giant banana peel, and used its giant nostrils to track the giant banana's scent all the way here. Banana! And is now shaking our tree in the mistaken belief that it's a giant banana tree. It seems a little far-fetched, said Terry. All that trouble for a banana. A giant banana, I reminded him, with extra giant banana flavour. Just then we heard the unmistakable roar of a giant gorilla that has travelled across the ocean in a giant banana peel boat in search of giant bananas. Banana! Banana! I think you might be right, said Terry. It would certainly explain why he's here, shaking our tree. What are we going to do? Give it more giant bananas, of course, I said. We can't, said Terry. The monkeys broke the banana enlarger. Can you fix it? Maybe, but it would take too long, said Terry. They've completely pulled it apart. Well, we've got to do something, I said, before it shakes the treehouse to pieces. Banana! Roared the giant gorilla. Banana! There are no bananas here, shouted Terry. Well, there was, but not anymore. Banana! Roared the gorilla in response. It's no use, I said. Apart from the word banana, I don't think it speaks English. And then, just when we thought the day couldn't get any crazier, a white stretch limousine pulled up at our front door, and a chauffeur in a fancy uniform got out and rang our doorbell. We're up here, I called down to him. Which one of you is Terry? He said. Me, said Terry. Well, said the chauffeur, I'm very pleased to inform you have won first prize in the Barky the Barking Dog drawing competition with your drawing of Barky at the beach. Barky the Barking Dog at the beach. Wow, that's so exciting, said Terry. What do I win? You get to meet Barky, said the chauffeur. When? Said Terry. Right now, said the chauffeur, opening the back door of the limousine. This is great, said Terry. Barky's here. Not only do I get to meet him, but he can save us and the treehouse. And how exactly is he going to do that? I said. By barking, of course, said Terry. Right on cue, Barky emerged from the limo and began barking at the giant gorilla. He barked and barked. Bark, 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 and barked. Bark, bark, bark. And then the giant gorilla lifted up one of his gigantic feet and stomped on him. Squish. We watched this as the chauffeur scooped Barky up and carried him to the limo. Do you think he's okay? Said Terry. Well, he's still barking, I said. I didn't even really get to meet him, sighed Terry. Meanwhile, the gorilla wasted no time in getting back to shaking the tree, only this time even harder than before. Oh no, said Terry, we really are in trouble. Even Barky couldn't save us. What are we going to do? Banana! Help! Say goodbye to the treehouse, I said, and say hello to the monkey house. Without the treehouse, we'll have nowhere to live and nowhere to write books. I hate monkeys, said Terry, and giant gorillas. Well, you've only got yourself to blame, I said. If you hadn't sent away for sea monkeys or fooled around with giant bananas in the first place, none of this would ever have happened. But Terry wasn't listening to me. He was looking up into the sky. Can you hear that? He said. You mean the sound of a giant gorilla destroying the treehouse? I said. Yep. Coming through loud and clear. No, said Terry. The sound of a flying cat. It's Silky. She's come back. And she's not alone. Chapter 12. The day Silky saved the day. I looked up. Terry was right. Flying cats. A whole bunch of them. 13 to be exact, with Silky in the lead. They were flying in formation, coming in low and fast like fighter jets. "Oh, great," I said. "As if a giant gorilla wasn't bad enough, now we're being attacked by a flock of flying cats." "How do you know they're attacking us?" said Terry. "Maybe they want giant bananas too." "Cats don't eat bananas," I said. "Everybody knows that. Besides, they look angry, not hungry." "Maybe it's the gorilla they're after," said Terry. "Look how scared it is." Terry had a point. The gorilla was no longer shaking the tree. It was staring at the cats, its fur bristling. It roared loudly, but if the cats were worried, they didn't show it. They were definitely taking aim at the gorilla. We braced ourselves for a 13 flying cats and one giant gorilla collision. But it never came. At the last possible moment, the cats separated into two groups, flew past the gorilla and soared up into the sky, where they reformed into a menacing circle high above us. That's when the gorilla started to climb the tree. "There are no giant bananas up here," shouted Terry. "We already told you that." "I don't think it's after giant bananas anymore," I said. "I think it's getting into a better position to fight the cats." "No bananas! Banana!" The gorilla climbed higher, and higher, and higher, until it was standing at the top of the tree. It beat its enormous chest and roared at the flying cats, which continued to attack and torment it. The cats swooped, and the gorilla swiped. Occasionally the gorilla would strike the cats and send them crashing to the ground, but they always landed on their feet and rejoined the battle just as quickly as they'd left it. Eventually the 13 ferocious flying cats became too much for the gorilla. It lost its grip, fell out of the tree, and crashed to the ground with a sickening thud. Sickening thud! But the flying cats still weren't finished with the gorilla. Before it could get up, they swooped down, sunk their claws deep into its fur, and lifted it up into the air. Then they carried it away. Banana! "Well, it looks like Silky and her pals saved the day," said Terry. "If I hadn't turned her into a flying cat, the treehouse would have been destroyed for sure." I was about to point out that the only reason the treehouse was in danger in the first place was because of him, his sea monkeys, and his stupid giant banana, but at that moment the doorbell rang. "Oh no," I said, "not more sea monkeys. Terry, how could you?" But Terry didn't answer. He was already gone. And that is where we will leave part 5 of the 13-Story Treehouse by Andy Griffiths and Terry Denton. I'll be back soon with the final part of this fantastic story, and lots more stories and videos coming your way very soon. If you would like to subscribe or hit a like, that's always appreciated. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening away, guys. Take care. Bye.